the papers too.
So, we're ready to start early potty training. What are the tools of the trade that we require to make your job easier? The two main things is the potty and the how, using the Early Start Potty Training book. When using a potty, the main thing I recommend is having a splashback for a boy and a comfortable backrest as well. You don't require a $50 potty or anything like that to start the process. In fact, I actually recommend just doing the cheap $6 potty because it's such a small step in the process. Eventually we're going to transition to the toilet and you're better off investing in, say, a loopy-loo, a better tool to use that you're going to be using for many, many years rather than the few months that you'll be using a potty. And I think Australians tend to want to head to the toilet as quickly as possible. It just makes your life easier for leaving the home, going to nanas and various things like that, if your child is comfortable with using the toilet. So the sooner that happens, the easier it is for you. And the other thing to consider about using the potty is clean out and the transitioning, like I said. So often, as soon as we get to the toilet, the easier it is. So the potty is the actual functionality of it. The how. Early Start Potty Training book by Linda Soner. This is what I used to start the process with my 4-month-old. To tell you the truth, the first couple of pages is what got me and I just simply couldn't resist. She began to place the infant on the edge of the toilet around 15 days of age. Now at 4 months, use only 1 nappy a day. My little boy was 4 months old at the time and I had to give it a go. Keeping in mind, I just had heaps of hassles toilet training my 2-year-old. So I started Kai in the potty at 4 months. It took 1 month to get bowel control. I have not had to change a poo nappy with him since 5 months old. Highly, highly recommended. It comes down to that situation that if you teach your child Spanish, they learn Spanish. If they teach them to poo on the potty, they learn to poo on the potty. And I guess this is where, if you want a game plan throughout the whole process, I highly recommend this book. I've done 2 babies now with it. With my third, Jaden, I started at 2 months old with great success as well. And what this does is it allows you to literally run through dedicate your child's age group. It goes from 0 to 6 months, 6 to 18 months, etc., 2 years and older. You can use it for any age group, but it specifically focuses on starting a baby. So with regards to starting a baby, you just need to know what to do. So by having a game plan to follow, it makes a big difference to going quickly. And like I said, I got the results from following this book. It took 1 month to get bowel control. From 9 months, Kai even started to call out to me, to cry out to let me know he needed to poo on the potty. That's how definite it ends up being. So I highly recommend, by following this book, you will get the results that you require. Then, for the day-to-day process of starting early, I'll just run through a few of the things that, look, only from a user's perspective do you start to realise these are the things that will just make your life easier. You have your potty at home, then I highly recommend, this was invaluable to me, using the portable potty, our POTTY Plus. I used to carry a full red turtle potty in the car with me wherever I went because I know you need it. When you hear poo-poo from the back of the car, Murphy's Law, there's never a toilet inside. So this is where something like the POTTY Plus comes into it, because cleaning out a potty while you're out and about because you don't want the smell in the car, it's not very inconspicuous when you're walking into the service station to clean it. So this is where the POTTY Plus made my life so much easier for the whole process. What it is, it's a 2-in-1 potty and toilet seat insert. So the situation is a simple trip to the park, even when there is no toilet available, or the toilet's so revolting as most of the time they are, you can use this instead. And it's simply a case of plastic bag and bin. So you don't have the clean out required as you would a normal potty. So it just makes it so much easier. Then what happens is the legs fold out and they become the insert on the toilet. So when there is actually a toilet available, this makes a big difference to the whole process, because you want to be able to have that consistency from using an insert in the home to then out of the home, plus hygiene, bottoms touching seats and things like that. The legs fold up, comes with its own carry bag, and you just take it with you wherever you go. A must for any toilet training, but particularly early potty training, because of the fact that you'll have more use for it at an earlier age when doing the process. And often change rooms don't accommodate for early toilet training, so this helps save the day in that situation. So I highly recommend your portable POTTY Plus. The other thing you require when you're looking at starting early is, we recommend losing the nappy when you start the process of any toilet training thing, because of the fact that disposable nappy doesn't allow you to feel wet and uncomfortable. So the child doesn't understand what their body's doing. But obviously it makes it a little bit more difficult when you're starting above. But the solution to that is switching to your modern cloth nappy. It makes a big difference to the whole process. I have to admit that I personally, when I started toilet training with my first, with my little girl, I was anti-cloth, because, well, I didn't have the information, I was ignorant to it, and I thought it was going to be too much hard work. And so obviously the disposables were so much easier. Then I also had a 2.5-year-old still in nappies. Hence, this is where the cloth nappy is imperative if you want to go quickly through the process. It's more common sense than anything else. We feel wet, we feel wet. And the beautiful thing about the modern cloth nappies nowadays, they're waterproof. So you don't have to worry about an extra pilchers and various things like that. They're easy to clean, often they're non-stain, and the fact that obviously we're using clips versus pins, which you can dig into a bulb and yourself, so they're safer, and just the technology nowadays just makes it so much easier to use. So there's really no excuse anymore with regards to it. And the facts are, you will toilet trained quickly. If your baby continues to feel wet when they do their wee, rather than having that sensation taken away with them with a disposable nappy, common sense, of course they're going to toilet train quicker, because you don't have to reteach that or break the bad habit later on. So switching to your modern cloth nappies, if you're starting really early with your bub, is the solution, so you don't have to completely lose the nappy altogether. Obviously, if we're starting, getting to the stage where we're able to start putting on underpants. See, I started underpants with my little boy, Kai, from 5 months old, because basically he was poo trained. The main challenge with underpants is the up-down and poo going down the leg and things like that. So what happens though, since he's been poo trained, I was able to pop him in underpants, and if anyone's seen a picture of him, he's a bit of a chubba bub, so they fit him. So obviously to have a numerous pair of underpants to start the process, and you can get terry toweling ones, which are a smaller size for parents, especially if you're starting a little bit younger. I had Kai in those to start with, and you get those in size 0, 1, etc. They're not waterproof, but they just have a little bit more absorbency, so they can hold the wee a little bit more wee than, say, a normal pair of underpants. The licensed underpants, I've been told, are a little bit smaller than your normal ones. So if you're having problems finding ones that fit, then this can help with the process. So you need a number of underpants to start going through that process as well. Now, with regards to the functionality of using a potty and the best way to go about it using the right tools, what I found is having your tissues right next to you. It's just an easier way to grab and wipe rather than toilet paper and that type of thing. So, and that just, again, just made it a lot easier. I often put the tissue or toilet paper in the bottom of the potty to start the process, which is then an easier clean when you're finished. Also invaluable for the process is using the flushable Wiggles wipes. I love these, still do. And what that allows you to do, whether you're using a potty or the toilet, especially with a bub, it just gives you a nice clean wipe. So wipe initially with your tissues, then finish with your wipes, and because they're flushable, you can throw them straight into the potty or straight into the toilet, and obviously straight into the potty goes straight into the toilet. So it's not a problem then with regards to having something flushed down the toilet. If you're using your normal wipes, then you're basically having to wipe and then throw them into a bin, which you never have beside you. And like I said, from a user's perspective, you discover all of this. So invaluable is the flushable Wiggles wipes. When you've actually finished the process of cleaning out your potty, what I recommend is then using some form of disinfectant spray, just to give it to maintain the hygiene. Giving it the once over with one of these makes just a big difference, just to make sure we're not spreading any germs and everybody's nice and clean. While we're on the potty, I do recommend as well having some little toys, a potty book or something of the like handy, so they can actually give it to your bub to put in their mouth, read, etc., just to keep them entertained while they're on the potty. Look, you don't keep your baby on the potty for very long, and obviously if they're younger, you're there with them anyway, but no longer than 10 minutes, especially with a little girl with the pelvic floor and things like that. 10 minutes, grab them off again. And sometimes with my little boy, he needed about 10 minutes to relax, to get his poo happening. So, but I knew what his routine was. So no longer than 10 minutes and get them back up again. But in that meantime, they're often quite happy to sit there with a book or a toy. So have that sort of thing handy as well, just to help keep them there while on the potty. And also, probably the other thing that you require is things like a waterproof change mat. I also loved, again, you usually have your little portable ones that you get with your nappy bags and that sort of thing for when you're out and about. I loved the waterproof sheet protectors even, because what that did, I like doing multiple uses for the one product, saves money. So I found this was a great thing, just even to pop on lie on your bed if you're changing your bub on the bed, or sitting there with the potty on the couch or whatever, to place something like this down. So if there was an accident outside of the potty, it was no big deal. It was waterproof, and plus it's not a plasticky feel. Then you can start using this for night training then as well, for putting it on the cot or the bed, so that you're then able to utilise it, because obviously when you're ready to start night training, then you need to lose the nappy again, and then this is your sanity throughout the whole process. So I liked the ability to be able to use this as a change mat. It's not designed for that, this is just personally what I used it for, and most people have a change mat anyway, and then being able to use it for night training. Our early start pack that we recommend through our system, what that does is, we're very passionate about getting started early, as you know, with pottytraining.com.au, and just helping parents go through that process. So the early start pack that we designed, what it allows parents to do, it covers two particular scenarios. One is having a baby that you're starting, and often for parents around even the 10, 11, 12 months, etc., around that age group, often like to get the early start pack, because what it allows you to do is to start with the early start potty training book and then progress onto the toddler pack, our Bella and Friends, Dumping the Gang, Whiz and Plop Go Potty packs. So it has the start the baby, which, like I said, this allows, as a baby, you just need to know what to do. The baby doesn't require any motivation often, it's just purely you show them, they respond. With the toddler packs, basically your toddler requires motivation and to be taught. So that's where the early start pack comes into it. So what it does, start with the book straight up, so you can get going with your baby, and then from 14 months plus, you're able to progress onto the Go Potty packs and help use it for your toddler. I used the Go Potty packs with my little boy with Kai, etc., when I transitioned him from the potty to the toilet at 14 months. So he was a little bit nervous to start with, and I learned from that with my third, mind you. Started to pop Jaden on the potty from 9 months and once a day, and he was never afraid of the toilet. So you learn through these common sense principles. So I used the Go Potty pack, and to then transition Kai onto the toilet, and then look, it took 3 weeks and he was fine with using and comfortable with using the toilet with the loopy-loo. So that's the other scenario for parents. It gives them a cheaper option to have the full start the baby progress onto the toddler, or the parent that has a scenario that they have a baby as well as a toddler. Therefore you can do both at once, and that will save you a great deal of money instead of wasting your $100 a month, or with $200 a month in nappies. So that's where we recommend our early start pack, and that makes a big difference then to getting the process finished really quickly. Our wonderful sponsors for this week is the award-winning Cushy Tushies. You will love the colourful and cute modern cloth nappies. Not only are they easy to use, but these award-winning nappies are guaranteed to save you money, save the environment, and save your baby's sensitive skin from harsh chemicals. With a cloth nappy that is cost-effective, easy to use, and so cute you won't be able to stop patting Bub's bottom. Suitable for babies from newborn to toddler, Cushy Tushies nappy system includes reusable nappies, eco-disposable nappies, and all the nappy accessories required for any modern mum or dad to use our system successfully. Our wonderful sponsors for the Early Start series is Cushy Tushies. This was the nappy of my choice when I was toilet training my children. I just found it was the best value for money, it was the best quality, it allowed me to toilet train quickly and without the hassles because they were easy to clean, etc. and maintain. And my baby was able to feel wet so that they were toilet trained quickly. Our Cushy Tushies prize for the Early Start series is a Get Started pack for potty training. This includes 3 chameleon cloth nappies, an accessories pack which includes flushable liners, night booster, wipes, etc., a wet bag for leaving the home, and one of their wonderful swimming nappies, all to the total prize value of $225. This is a fantastic prize and essential for starting your baby or toddler early so that you get the best results. To win this amazing prize, use the code word you see on the screen now and head over to our Facebook page and fill out the Cushy Tushies competition form with this code word. This is seriously a great prize not to miss out on. Start early and reap the benefits. In addition to the wonderful Cushy Tushies prize pack, pottytraining.com.au are offering some excellent specials on the Cushy Tushies range throughout December. You don't want to miss out on the brand new gingerbread Christmas nappy. It is truly adorable. Your baby's bottom needs to be in this.